I'm Miss Barker and I'm the Head of Languages at Coombs Head Academy. I think it's really important for everyone to study languages. Number one, because of travel. For me, travel is a big part of my life and it's a really exciting way to be able to explore the world, and if you speak another language you can actually meet people, you can get to know different cultures, and you can learn an awful lot about not only the places that you're going but also where you've come from. So communication is a huge part of language. There will be opportunities right here at home to be able to use your language. In addition to this, it takes you places. So the kinds of job opportunities that you are available to you if you have a second language are huge, and there are lots of examples on the PowerPoint. Apart from all of this, it's also learning a different way of looking at the world. And for me, that's been a huge part of learning a language, is actually being able to step back from your own perspective and be able to look at what you are experiencing from a different perspective, from a different cultural background, from a different linguistic background. And that's really very fascinating. So I think languages are really fun to learn. They give you opportunities to meet new people. They give you opportunities to travel, to get different job experiences, and also to see the world in a totally new way. Studying either French or Spanish is varied, is interesting, and you'll have a lot of fun. During the course, not only do we build your language skills, but we will be tackling up-to-date, controversial, difficult topics that span across the world. So we'll be talking about sociology, history, culture. You'll be debating topics that are really up-to-date and relevant to you as well as to the French-speaking countries that we're looking at. As part of it, we're going to watch a short film, La Haine, that has recently been re-released as part of the Black Lives Matter movement. It deals with racism and inequality in France in the modern times. We'll also read an award-winning book, Non et Moi, which is focused on a young girl coming out into the world, understanding the weaknesses and the inequalities that she's surrounded with and trying to tackle those. It's a really fun course to be part of. It is challenging, but it is constantly changing because it depends on what's going on in the world, and you really start to understand global issues, international issues, and get a real awareness of French culture, the music industry, the film industry, the TV industry. I think you'll really enjoy it.
One of the great things about doing either language at A level is the range of topics we cover. At GCSE, sometimes it can seem a little bit surface level, but actually really get into the societies and the issues that we're covering. Things like immigration, things like LGBTQ rights, things like UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and that sort of thing are just some of the topics covered. It's so interesting because these things are interesting in their own way. They're not just interesting because we're learning how to say things you already say in Spanish. They're interesting because they're things people want to talk about, especially now. We also look at a great film. It's a little bit dark, it's a little bit creepy, it's very weird, called El Laberinto del Fauno, and we read a book that's all about a mum locking her daughters in a house for ages, and the kind of the repression and the way it goes absolutely mad, called La Casa de Bernarda Alba.
So, as part of the course, we will work through all the 4 skills in languages. You'll do your reading, listening, speaking, and writing. There are 9 hours every fortnight of lesson time in which we'll work on all of those skills, practicing them, perfecting them, and building your confidence. As well as this, you get an extra hour a week with our language assistant, where you have one-to-one speaking sessions to really build on your confidence with speaking. There's a lot of independent learning on top of this, so we'll give you links to news websites, to podcasts, to music, to short films, where you can really work in your own time as well to keep on top of topics that we're studying, current affairs, and also in the meantime building all 4 of those skills at the same time.
So there's 3 ways you're assessed. The first way is you have a reading, listening and translation exam, and that's very similar to GCSE. It's obviously just on the more interesting topics, but there's similar question styles to what you've seen, and you'll be really used to that. We do loads of practice. One of the nice things about the listening exam is you have a recording, so you can go at your own pace, which makes it a little bit more accessible and a little bit more real and probably a bit more useful. Second thing is there's a writing exam where you write essays on El laberinto del fauno, or La casa de Alba, de Bernardo Alba in Spanish, or Noi Moi in French, and La Haine. And these are, again, really exciting, proper essays that people would write. Finally, and probably the best bit, is your speaking exam is mostly about your own project. You choose something that you really find interesting and exciting in Spain or French culture, and it's just exciting, brilliant. We've had people talking about particular court cases. We've had people talk about the Incan architecture. We've had people talking about a horse school that I didn't fully understand, but was so excited and intrigued to learn about, so I did it. It's brilliant. Thank you very much.